And what we're going to be doing today is some advanced stuff. And what we're going to be talking about is embedding video. So if you guys are getting video tours and so forth, like a tour factory and all that type of stuff, you know, doing things like that, taking those and embedding them. And we're also going to talk about how to create custom slides with regards to some of the pieces that we already saw. So we will go to about 1:15. I'm extremely sorry that I popped in here late, but I'll make it definitely worth your while. So the very first thing is you need to get in and start to edit one of your Moxis. Okay, so you can pick any of them, it doesn't matter. All we want to do is we just want to get to the pages area within it. So as you guys can see, I just edited one and now I'm right here at pages. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's talk about, let's say, I'm going to go to YouTube. And I am going to pick, let's say, Tiffany Stock, Realtor Danville. Let's take a look and see. Okay, so she's got some videos and so forth. So let's say, for instance, that this is a video that she wants to add into her listing presentation because this is showing, hey, this is how I sell your home using video, okay? So the very first thing you need to do is you need to open up a tab and you need to get to right here. Oh, that's with her previous company. Let's do this one. Okay, so this is the one that we're going to embed in. So I have the YouTube video right here. Now, in order to embed video into Moxi, it has to be hosted, which means it has to be on YouTube or it has to be on Vimeo. Okay, it's got to be hosted. I will tell you this, all access, they say it's a virtual tour. It's really not. It's basically their website where the picture goes like this. There is no video. I've gone round and round with agents on this, and all access are flat out not going to allow it. So with that, I would tell you Tour Factory does host their videos, their virtual tours on YouTube. So you got to make sure that if you're going to be doing a video that you use a photographer or whatever that will allow you to upload the video to your YouTube channel or something along those lines. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So here is Tiffany's listing right here, her video. And I'm also right here in Moxi. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to add page right here, over here on the left. And by the way, this is being recorded, guys. So if you can put things in the chat, that would be awesome. And I will make sure that I am looking at the chat. So what I need to do is I need to go to add page and go to create new. So when I go to create new, what we're going to do is we're going to do build a page, which is this right here. Okay, so I'm going to go to build a page. This basically is, okay, how do you want the layout to be? So remember, when you look at the slide in Moxi, this basically is kind of dividing up into thirds. This is kind of dividing up into fourths. I would tell you to use this one right here on the very far left. So we're going to use this. And we're going to go right here to create. Okay, really super easy. We're given some options right here, text, image, video, and so forth. Well, obviously we're going to go to video. So right here is video. And all we have to do is grab the URL. And what I usually do is I usually go to the share within the video and I copy this one. So now I go and copy. And I am going to go back to Moxi and I'm going to paste that URL in of where that video is. And then I'm going to hit add. What you're going to see is now the video inside the box. That's what you're looking for. So again, the steps that you need to do is have the video right here in another tab, go down to share, copy the link, go to this video button right here, paste the URL in of the video, and then down on the bottom right, it says add. There you go. So now there's the video that will be clickable. And as you guys can see, there it is, and so forth. Perfect. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to push save up here on the very top right. And then it always asks me to name it. Now, here's the thing you need to know. When you name these things, this is going to show up as the name of the slide in the presentation. Okay, so don't, you know, make it look professional. So maybe virtual or virtual tour or how I use video, something like that. Okay. For description right here, I would just do the same thing. I would go in here and copy it and just basically go like this. So this is what the client is going to see on the slide. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to go and hit save. And now your custom page has been created. Perfect. Okay, so I've already hit save. It's already saved. All I have to do now is just get out of it by pushing this little X on the very top right. And as you guys can see, now in this presentation, it is how I use video. And as you can see, here's Tiffany, and this is all clickable. Okay, so this is great if you guys want to do neighborhood videos, if you want to do all kinds of things with it. Let me just do one thing. Let me just check one thing. Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, perfect. So that is to do the video. Any questions on that? Pretty straightforward, huh? Awesome.
So Jeffrey, I have a question. This is Doug. Yes. While you were doing that, I was just trying to get my Moxi on board here. So can you summarize? I just caught bits and pieces of it. Can you re-summarize real quickly what you just did for me, please?
Absolutely. So what we did is we needed to edit one Moxi. So I picked any presentation and I went in and I hit edit. Okay, just to get into a Moxi. Then I went directly to pages right here. From here, I went to add a page and then I said, create a new one. So you create a new one and then I'm going to say build a page, which takes me here. And I'm going to select the far left one and hit create. And this is where I would go in and push the video button, paste the URL in. Oh, whoops. Which is right there. Hit add. And there it shows up, and all I have to do is up on the top, hit save and name it. So that's the video aspect. And then again, it's just, it will automatically show up here over on the left side. Now, probably what you're going to ask me next is, okay, well, I'm going to build a new one. How, maybe a new presentation for a new listing presentation. How do I pull that in? Well, all you would do is you'd go add page right here, but I'm not going to say create new because I just created the video. So I'm going to say add from library. And then now this is the area that we're going to, all the stuff we build is going to show up in this My Pages area. Remember the brokerage area, this was all the default Michael Lewis stuff that I had you guys add in the previous class. The My Pages is now where you're going to see how I use the video and all of the things that I've created. I can go ahead and add in to my Moxi. Okay, so again, it is pages, add new, add from library, but you are going to add my pages, which are right here. Okay, so that is one thing. Now, let's get into the really tricky stuff. I want everybody to go into Michael Lewis, and I'm going to show you how you are going to download the PowerPoints that I've put in there. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take some of these and we're going to edit them and make them branded to you. So I'm in Michael Lewis right here. Over on the right side, there's an area that's called free stuff. So I'm going to push free stuff. And come on. So funny, whenever I stream these videos, my internet goes slow regardless. All right, so under free stuff, what we're looking at is the 2019 listing presentation and buyer consultations. Okay, so this is where I stole those slides and added in. I picked the modern one, okay? So I did the modern theme for the default. The generic to me just was too generic and the classic looked too classic. Modern, I'm all about modern. You will ultimately probably want to download both of them, but here's the thing. The vertical is going to be for print. So unless you intend to print CMAs at any point, then you would want that. If you're not going to print CMAs and you're going to just use the online version of what I'm teaching you, then you're always going to use the horizontal, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and click on horizontal, and it should have downloaded. And what I'm going to do is it's still downloading. Give me a second. And I'm going to open it up. And let's see. I'm going to open it up with PowerPoint. Yep, there it is. Okay, cool. All right. Now it works. It's working correctly. Okay, cool. So here is the PowerPoint that I just had you guys download. Okay, some of these things in here are going to look very similar. Like you've seen this in there. You've seen staging. You've seen professional photography. And so forth. Well, what I'm going to talk to you guys about is taking things like this and using your flyer instead of a generic flyer. And now your property flyer within Moxi is now kind of branded to you. So you're not having to use the brokerage one that shows this. That looks very generic. Okay. So we're going to do that. Postcard mailings, we can also talk about that. The other thing is we're going to talk about website exposure, and I'm going to show you how to take a screenshot of your website and throw in here. And the other thing is we're going to talk about social media. I think this one's really important. This looks very generic, right? And I want to have it branded to me, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is let's do the Facebook one because that tends to be the easiest. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to here, and I can close Michael Lewis. I could close YouTube. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight to my Facebook business page. Okay, so I just happen to know my URL for it, or you can log in and go straight there. But that's all I'm doing is I'm just going straight to my my business page, which is right here. Not now. I want this to go away. Okay. All right. So what I want to do is I basically want to take a screenshot kind of from the top left down to the middle, the bottom right. So I basically want to go from like here to about right here. Okay. Now, if you are on a Mac, it's super simple. It's just basically a keystroke. And the keystroke would be Command Shift 4. So if you go Command Shift 4, you'll notice that your cursor, if you look up by my photo, looks like kind of like crosshairs on a rifle. And that's how you know that you are in a screenshot mode. If you are on a PC, there is something built in Windows called Snipping Tool. And if you just basically type in snip into your Cortana search, you will find it. And it basically does the same thing. And it's just basically an app within Windows. It's free. So all I'm going to do is take a screenshot of this area. So I'm going to go right here from this top left corner, left click, hold, and I'm going to go, I want this gone. Hold on one second. I want that gone. That looks a lot better. So I'm going to go Command Shift 4 now again, and I don't want the full top because this is like admin view right here, and I don't want that. I basically want from here to about right here. Okay. So now, because of the fact that I made this cover and this looks really cool, right? And this basically talks about me. So now if I go and I go in, let's see, go into my screenshot. Let me just open this up. You are going to see there's the screenshot right there. Looks good, right? Perfect. Well, it's super simple to get it into the PowerPoint. So now let me go back to the PowerPoint. And I am right here, right? So all I'm going to do is I want to take that screenshot and replace this. I can do one of two things. I will probably most likely just click this and delete it just to get rid of it, okay? For me, I have found with PowerPoint, drag and drop is the easiest thing to do. So basically, I just take the image, which happens to be on my desktop, and I left click and drag it over into that area. And now you'll notice, oh, perfect, it's there, but it's a little bit too big. Well, that's fine. All I have to do is just grab a corner and shrink it down and rearrange it. Okay, so that looks a little bit better. I can shrink it down just a tad more. So cool. That's now, doesn't that look a lot better for a slide within Moxi? Now that's branded to me. Okay, so that's what I would do. The other thing that is very similar is we're going to talk about our websites. Okay, so there's a thing right here that's called website exposure, and we're basically going to do the same thing. I'm going to take PowerPoint, kind of move it out of the way. I can close Facebook for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my command website that I have. And I'm basically going to take a screenshot of this. Now, here's the thing that you can do is, you know, you might have to take this and maybe shrink it down because you want to get a little bit more of your website. Well, what you can do is, I happen to be in Chrome, and Chrome, it's really simple. For me, it is Command minus. It's a keystroke. So if you do Command no, it's kind of doing it the wrong way. Yeah, I wouldn't do that, to be honest with you now, thinking about it, because that's going to make it look really small. Now, I would just leave it and just make it like this. And I'm going to do basically the same thing. I'm going to screenshot this area. And I'm going to do the Command Shift 4, and I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to time it with my slideshow in the background. Maybe I want to wait a second because I want the next, and I'm holding down my mouse, and I'm just waiting for the slideshow to go to the next one. Maybe this one, because I took this one. that looks a lot better. That is a development in the Danville area. So maybe I want this one too. I like this. This is a home in Bridges. So I'm going to do that real quick and capture that. So I have now 2 images that I can put into this PowerPoint. So what I'm going to do is go and find these screenshots. And let's see which one I want to use. Yeah, I want to use this one. So I'm going to go and basically drag and drop this again into here, but I'm also going to, I don't need the design idea. I'm going to shrink this down, right? So now this is showing the front end of my website, okay? Now we can get kind of creative with this if you really want to. So maybe that's one screenshot. Well, maybe I want to go in and go to my website, and let's say, for instance, I want to 94526. I'm going to just search by zip code. Maybe I like a feature in my website that I want to kind of highlight also. So maybe something kind of like this, okay? I could do the same thing within here. Maybe, let's see, what if I dig into a property here? What is it going to look like?
Jeffrey, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is being embedded into Moxi?
This is being embedded into a slide we're going to put into Moxi.
Okay, so there's no hyperlink that's going to be.
Nope. Everything's just basically going to be
images.
Yep. Now I did shrink this down, and I like this house, but I also don't want to show the courtesy of up there because it's not my listing. But I do want to snag a bunch of information in here. So what I'm going to do is screenshot this again, but I might go from here to about right here. And this would be something like, hey, you're going to be featured on my website. Okay. So there's another screenshot that I just took that I can go and pop into right here. So here is that screenshot. And maybe I can shrink it down a little bit. Something like this. I don't want that stupid design area. Maybe something kind of along these lines. I don't know. I'm throwing ideas out there. Okay. You know, you do have a lot of creative control within this area. So again, I think that looks cool. I'm going to go right here and I'm going to put my URL to my website in, which I don't even know why people use www. No one does that anymore. So there's my domain to my KW website. Doesn't that look a lot better? Okay, if I wanted to, I might be able to get this to fit in here with some cropping and so forth. If I really wanted to get tricky, I might be able to overlay a picture over that computer. But for right now, I'm satisfied with that, right? So we're good on that. So what we've done is we did Facebook. We've talked about the video aspect, and now we've done website exposure. So we've done this and this. Let's see. Oh, property flyers. Okay. My opinion is this. I think you guys should get into designs and create one, and create a really good one. So I'm going to go into designs, and I already know I have one that I've created. So I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to find the sucker. Which happens to be this one right here, or maybe this one, right? So here's an example of one. Okay, so everybody get in here, dig in, find a template that you guys are going to use. What you want to do is you want to export this out, and you need to export it as an image. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to what's called a PNG. A PNG is a higher resolution image than a JPEG. Okay, so it's a little bit bigger file size, a little bit clearer, a little bit more pixels and so forth. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go ahead and start the download. And I know that you guys have probably seen and talked about it in the designs classes that myself and Shemida has done. Okay, so now I have it. So I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint and I'm going to go ahead and drag over this image. Now, again, I need to shrink it down. I hate this design thing that keeps on popping up. Okay, so I'm going to go in here and I'm going to do this. I'm also going to dump that, take that out. And I'm going to basically take this and fill it in right here. So in my opinion, either use designs or Michael Lewis marketing and do a really good one of a flyer. Okay, I just happened to pull this one out because I just already had it. But now, as you guys see, this is branded to me. It's branded to KW Danville. It looks a lot better. All right. Print marketing. Print marketing is kind of out, so I would tell you that's a negative. Let's see. I'm just going through this here. Is there anything else I want to edit? Maybe this, and maybe use this for the consumer app. I would say tweak it. Yeah, see, the problem is that's all old. That's the old site, and this is the old app. It would be a little tricky to try and get it within this box, but if you're, pretty good at resizing and figuring it out, it might be worthwhile to do it. Or take screenshots of your app, and you can just dump this and then put screenshots in of that also. Okay, so what we've done is we've taken some things that were pretty default within Michael Lewis, and now we basically are getting them out of here, right? Okay, here's what we need to do. This is a little tricky. This is the hard part. Let's see how I can do this. I want to do these individually, okay? I think the best way to do it is go, for me, it's like file print, and then I just use the range. And I would say selected slide. And I'm gonna go, for me, I'm on a Mac, but basically I'm just gonna save it as a PDF, okay? And I'm gonna name this what it needs to be named, right? Okay. So now I've got this one thing saved, right? So what I'm going to do is and you're going to do each one. So I'm not going to do each one just for the sake of time, but you guys get how we got it out of there. We got it out of there as a PDF, just the one slide, by using print range. And if you guys are on PCs, I know you can go file print and there's like a save as PDF option. Okay, so you want to do that and just say the selected slide and get those individually out. Okay, and name them what they need to be named. Okay, now the tricky part happens. Back. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go in and go to pages right here, and we're going to create another slide. We're going to go right here to add page, and we're going to say create new. We're going to upload a PDF page. I am going to find that PDF page, and I don't know where it went. So now I am uploading this, and what it should do, if we've done it correctly, bingo, there we go. There it is. Ready to roll. Now, I will say this is I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to actually rename it. So I'm going to hit edit, and I want to go up to the top here, and I want to push the 3 dots, and I'm going to go rename. And so, because remember, you want this to be branded to you and have it look professional. So maybe for me, because I've already got one in there, property flyer, my property flyer, something along those lines. Go in, take the description out, and copy this over. And hit save. Now this is going to show up, right? So now we're all good. When you go in here, there it is. So if I were to go view presentation right now, because I'm trying to sell Maverick's home. That's a Top Gun joke there. I see a couple of you laughing. That's awesome. There's property flyers, right? It's right there. All good to go. Looks good. You know, in the presentation, I have a tendency to back the screen out so it's a little bit easier to see, but we just made this. And so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do that. And then there's the video that we did earlier. You're going to want to take these steps that we've did through all the ones that we've edited. So that would be the property flyers. If you do mailings, if you're going to do postcard mailings, edit these. Either do something in Michael Lewis or designs, but get an example in here of maybe one of your just listed cards. And then here's the website, and I would do that, export that as a PDF, and export the Facebook the same exact way. Once you get it out, so let me just do one more, just so we, because I don't know if I went fast, but let me just do it one more time. Social media, I'm gonna go File, I'm gonna go Print, I'm going to go to Selected Slide, because I've only selected 15. Because I am on a Mac, I have the Save as PDF option. If you're on PCs, you would go right here, and there would probably be a Save as PDF option. So I'm going to go in here, Save as PDF. I'm going to rename it, and I'm going to say Facebook. It's yeah, downloads is fine. Oh, right up here. Duh. I got to change that, not just the title. I got to go up here and save as Facebook. There we go. Exporting out. Minimize this. I need to go back to Moxi. Add page. Go to create new. We're going to go to upload a PDF page. Facebook right there. Upload. This does take a second. And there you go. So whatever you do, if you're going to create something, always use the Michael Lewis slides, and kind of like, you know, if you find something you just want to tweak it a little bit different, you can. I'm going to share a secret with you. It's not going to be that much of a secret because I'm going to put it on YouTube. But one of the things that I think you guys should really do in marketing, and I can almost tell you that no one else does this when they go in listing presentations, is you guys should have joined Facebook groups that are like the off-market listing, you know, the KW Walnut Creek, KW Danville Facebook. And what I think you guys should do is create a slide on all of the pages that you have joined in Facebook that you're going to propagate their listing to. Does that make sense? Okay. And I would seriously list them, not like the URL, but like KW Off Market Exchange, KW this, Bay Area Listings, whatever. Okay. Whatever groups, real estate groups you have joined that you are going to push their listing at, list it here. Okay. That's going to give you a leg up. Most top producers are not going to do that. And if you want to beat out a top producer, this would be just an added thing that you can do to show your clients, hey, it's not going just on MLS. It's not going just here, but I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this, and it's going to go everywhere. Okay. Does that make sense? Awesome. So let me do this. That's kind of it for what I wanted to show you. I showed you exactly the steps on how to do it. Let me just open up with questions real quick.